hay una crisis múltiple.
There is a multifaceted crisis at the OAS. This General Assembly has been a missed opportunity to address issues that are truly pressing, that require difficult conversations, and that haven't been discussed.
That's Dominican Ambassador Josué Fiallo, ex-president of the Organization of American States Permanent Council. A wave of departures of U.S. diplomats from the multilateral shows the United States isn't immune from an OAS crisis fueled by dueling ideologies and dubious finances. I'm Roman Gressier, the editor of Faro English. On today's episode, top U.S. diplomats ditch Trump's OAS delegation. El Salvador puts positive spin on sluggish economic growth, and a trial approaches for the murder of a Nicaraguan exile in Costa Rica. This is Central America in Minutes.
In Nicaragua, the house arrest of Daniel Ortega's brother
relates more to El Salvador and Honduras than to Guatemala. In the case of Guatemala,
they say globalism comes to die at CIPA, but in El Salvador, it's already dead.
Central America in Minutes, an original podcast by Faro English.
According to a Reuters report last week, a wave of senior U.S. diplomats posted to the OAS have resigned or been fired in recent months amid clashes with Leandro Rizzuto Jr., Donald Trump's ambassador. Before the OAS Assembly met this week in Panama, Reuters revealed the departure of the U.S. Deputy Chief of Mission, Chief of Staff, a senior political advisor, and at least one other Foreign Service officer, leaving the leadership of the U.S. mission empty. The string of departures comes after clashes with Rizzuto, whose management style struck career officials as confrontational and erratic. Rizzuto denied the allegations while acknowledging that several senior diplomats had recently resigned or been fired. He said he's trying to shift the OAS's focus from human rights and democracy to economic issues, with a few exceptions like Nicaragua, which this week drew widespread criticism at the General Assembly. The organization received 49% of its funding from the U.S., and according to the federal budget request for 2027, the U.S. contribution is being cut. The organization is also grappling with a crisis of internal governance and identity. Washington's distrust of the organization has been fueled by allegations of financial irresponsibility against the Suriname-born Secretary General Albert Ramdin. Last week, the U.S. pulled the visa of Xaviera Jessuren, the Surinamese chief of staff, handpicked by Ramdin, to work with him in Washington. This crisis is not new. Last year, Fiallo told us the OAS, quote, could be on the verge of collapse under Trump's threats to withdraw from multilaterals that the U.S. has long promoted. And that was before U.S. forces invaded Venezuela. In March, after experts in a hearing of the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights condemned U.S. boat strikes against civilians accused of drug trafficking, Washington again rejected international oversight. But rather than the U.S. departing the OAS, its own diplomats are the ones packing their bags and aborting the mission.
I am Lady Colon Santiago, a journalist at El Faro English and one of the reporters of this episode. Do you get our newsletter? Go to elfaro.net/en and subscribe to dig deeper into Central America.
In April, the World Bank updated El Salvador's economic growth projection for 2026 from 3.0 to 3.2%. The Bukele government ran with the 0.2 of a percentage point. High-profile ruling party legislator Cristian Guevara posted "good news" in an AI-generated image on X. What the optimism papered over, but which the World Bank did not, is that El Salvador has the lowest projected economic growth in all of Central America for 2026. The bank credited, quote, strengthened security measures for a reduction of crime with boosting market confidence, but warned of low productivity, limited human capital, large fiscal deficits, and restricted access to external funding. That last bit is odd, considering Bukele is gaining increased access to IMF and other funding. This growth doesn't tell us who benefits from that expansion. In April, the price of a basic food basket in El Salvador reached $256.70, $9 more than a year ago. Economist Tatiana Marroquin told us that growth figures must be analyzed with the last 3 decades, and that this year's figures are in keeping with that trend. So what's driving the economy? A large part isn't domestic policy. It's money sent home from abroad. Remittances. In 2025, Salvadorans received nearly $10 billion in remittances, an 18% increase from 2024, and a record high. That's roughly a quarter of the country's entire GDP coming from family members living outside El Salvador, most of them in the United States. It's also a vulnerability. Another economist we consulted, Roberto Rodriguez, says the Trump administration's tightening of immigration policies threatens that flow of dollars.
Every week, we translate Central America in under 10 minutes. Go to support.elfaro.net to help us continue.
Now to Costa Rica. June 19th marked the one-year anniversary of the murder of retired Nicaraguan Major Roberto Samcam. As a refugee, he was killed in front of his home in San Jose, Costa Rica. After a year of investigation, the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, and a trial against the suspects is expected to begin in 2027. A few months before his death, the major had reported Nicaraguan government espionage networks in Costa Rica to the local intelligence authorities and warned he was in danger. So far, there are 5 suspects in the attack, but only 4 are in custody. The 5th is the Nicaraguan citizen Kenny Osman Navarrete, who, according to Costa Rican investigators, has ties to the Nicaraguan Army's Defense Intelligence Directorate. He may also be the one who orchestrated the attack from a prison in Alajuela, Costa Rica. The public prosecutor's office has already filed formal charges against the suspects who carried out the murder, but one of the hard-hitting international attorneys representing Samcam's family in the prosecution, Almudena Bernabeu, told digital outlet Confidencial that, to the best of her knowledge, Navarrete has not yet been charged. Samcam's family was given a deadline to file a complaint for the trial. Bernabeu expects a date to be set for the trial to begin in 2027. Claudia Vargas, Samcam's widow, told another outlet, Divergentes, that while initiating this trial is a step forward, justice must be served not only against those who carried out the crime, but also against those who planned it. Samcam's murder is not the only one committed against Nicaraguan refugees in Costa Rica. Bernabeu said in her interview with Confidencial that, quote, "There's a desire on the part of the current regime in Nicaragua to silence these people, and they're sparing no effort to achieve this," close quote. His murder caused panic among Nicaraguan exiles in Costa Rica, who demanded international protection and a thorough investigation and accused the Ortega Murillo regime. The Costa Rican government had not previously commented on the matter, but this week, Foreign Minister Manuel Tovar condemned Samcam's murder before the OAS General Assembly. That show of concern contrasts with recent statements by Costa Rican President Laura Fernandez, who said that the Nicaraguan people, quote, chose their government. He clarified that Costa Rica is indeed worried about the state of human rights and democracy in Nicaragua. Thank you for listening today. For more journalism like this, we need your help. Go to support.elfaro.net. For what you'd spend on a coffee a month, help us shine a brighter beacon on Central America. This episode of Central American Minutes was written by Ledian Colon Santiago, Juliana Ramazzini, and Megan Mandracchio, who's interning with El Faro English from the Craig Newmark Graduate School of Journalism at CUNY. Editing by me, Roman Gressier, and sound design by Omnian. And we'll be back next week. Hasta pronto.